I found a very few excellent sources. Peter Drucker, Fernando Flores, some of the stuff that Daniel Pink does is incredibly helpful. Manager Tools, the website Manager Tools, their free podcasts, absolutely phenomenal. Those I think you can hang your hat on. But so much else is written by people like me, management consultants, who like, oh, I need to write a book so people will know that I exist and I can send it out like a business card. And, or you'll interview somebody like this guy Sloot, he's a great CEO. He turns around companies, he scales companies, amazing guy. I listened to a 2-hour podcast with this guy, and nothing he said was actionable.
Wow.
Nothing he said could be translated by another human into their own unique circumstance and applied. He was just like, he was talking very honestly and candidly. Like, oh, I got to move fast. You got to confront problems. I'm like, yeah, got to confront problems. Okay. Any advice on how to spot them and how to
Yeah.
no,
How to
nothing,
figure out which ones
nothing,
you're avoiding and which ones
nothing
you
useful.
prioritize? Nothing. Okay. So you lost two hours of your life is what I'm hearing.
Well, it serves as a great counterexample. And I got to make sure I don't sound like that. Right. Because if you ask, well, what do you do? And I'd think, oh yeah, let me think, what do I do? And it'd be the stream of consciousness stuff about what's in my head as I'm acting, but it isn't translatable into other people taking action. And my superpower, I've come to realize, comes from the fact that I have Asperger's syndrome and I don't understand people intuitively at all. And I never have. And so, like most normal people, as I understand it, at least some of the time, your intuition tells you what to do and how to do it, and it's just when you run into these other people around you who don't make sense, but you still have to work with them. Or it's like, well, this worked my last job. Why is it not working now? And you're trying to feel your way through with your intuition. See, I have the great strength that I never had any intuition ever on any of this stuff. And I had to figure it all out from principles and analysis. And thank God I got pretty good in analytic skills doing the database work.
I was going to say your background in database.
Develop that muscle. Now I get to apply it over here.
Absolutely.
And it's a very little bit like Winston Churchill when he was young. He had a terrible stutter. And he was advised by his career counselor to find a job that didn't involve talking. The Winston Churchill, the greatest orator of the 20th century. And so what happened is he didn't like that fate. And so he really worked hard to overcome the deficit. And in my own much humbler way, I've worked to overcome a deficit.